You're now tuned into Captain's Log Podcast. So listen, if any of you guys are thinking about doing your own podcast, man, I highly recommend you use Anchor. Anchor.fm. It's free. You know what I mean? It's got all the tools and stuff you need to make your stuff sound spiffy. You know what I mean? It's seamless. It's user friendly. You can record it from your phone. You record it from your computer. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be on Spotify or Apple Podcast or anything like that, it'll do it for you. You know, you can make some money. You know what I mean? Doing a sponsorship ad and just like something like this. And it's also free. So if you're interested in it, man, you can download the free Anchor app or you can go to anchor.fm. Good luck. Captain's Log. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Checking in, man. I'm back. We back on episode 3. If you ain't listened to episode 1 and 2, that's all right. You can go on back. Anyway, man, I got my coffee brewing, man. I got plenty of sleep. I had my breakfast. I think I try to minimize the coughing today. That's from eating food too fast, I guess. Anyway, talking COVID-19 today, man. Fucking pandemic, dog. I never thought in my life, bro, that I would actually be going through or affected by actual virus pandemic, man. You know, growing up, you hear about H1N1, SARS, Ebola, shit like that, but it didn't really affect you. You know what I'm saying? But this coronavirus, though, dope. Got the whole world fucked up right now. I'll tell you a story. So back in February, right? My man hit me and was like, man, let's do an impromptu trip to Cali. So I'm like, all right. So I was like, let me put the permission slip in with the wife. So, the wife was like, she go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? We throw the trip on there, and me and about four of my other fellas. We went out there. We did a Sunday to Wednesday type deal. Went out the joint, had a good time. Now, my wife, she probably had a little mild flu before we left. So we didn't think nothing of it. So while we was out there, one of my mans was out there. He had a sore throat. He was drinking hot tea the whole time. You know what I mean? Trying to keep himself hydrated, etc. So everything was all good. The weather over there was kind of in the 70s. You know what I mean? Shit was gravy. Watched LeBron put the 40 piece on Zion and them. Good stuff. So then I come back, and I got back probably Wednesday morning, and probably 2 days later, I just started, I started feeling damn, I'm getting sick. My throat getting a little, dry, starting to hurt. My body's feeling a little weak. So I'm like, usually when that happens for me, I start pounding water because I'm thinking, all right, I ain't been drinking enough water. So let me just go ahead and, hydrate myself. Kind of get in front of it, get the medicine and Mucinex and all that. So a couple of days went by. I was taking the Mucinex. I done took the whole bottle, and I'm just getting worse. I'm to the point now where, I had to stay home for a day. I was like, well, let me just stay home because, I feel super sick. So then the days go by, and now I've been home for a week. And it's still getting worse. And I'm getting to the point now where it's I'm super weak. Man, my senses is off. I'm sensitive to light. My breathing is off. I'm waking up in the middle of the night because I feel I can't breathe. You know what I mean? I'm super congested. And this was for a month. You know what I'm saying? So for a whole month, I'm feeling straight garbage. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the house, and this was kind of we getting ready to close on the house. You know what I'm saying? We in that process, so I'm out there. I'm super sick. And then finally, I started feeling better. This was after probably the 5th week. But after that, I'm coughing up green shit all day. I'm coughing up, I'm snotting up green shit. I'm in the shower. I'm taking hot, steamy showers so I can really blow that shit out of me, you know what I mean? And then I look on the news, and they started talking about coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? And then they like, hey, we need to start shutting shit down. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, do I got it? You know what I mean? But at this point, I'm already fully healed up. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? And I would say that was definitely the worst flu-like symptoms or whatever I've ever had in my life. You know what I mean? And I don't get sick like that. I probably get sick maybe twice a year. But that shit was the worst. That shit felt like I was sick for a year, dog. Real talk. So, I had went to the doc because I was still coughing, uncontrollable coughs, even though I wasn't sick no more. And I told the doc, I said, hey, I was in California, you know what I'm saying? I was out there chilling, but, you think I'm all right? Do I need to be tested? He was like, oh, nah, you good. So he just gave me some little pills to suppress my cough. But that shit didn't work. So I was still coughing until I guess my body like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We healed back. You back now. So granted, I never got tested, but I think it was safe to say I think that doctor was fired, man, because, some people I was around, had got sick, you know what I'm saying? Maybe their significant others got sick, man, and, I was right then and there, like, bro, why don't you just go ahead and test me? And it was kind of like borderline telling me no, you know what I mean? So now the shit that spread, you know what I'm saying? My job got shut down. And then, you know what I'm saying? What's the first thing people start doing? They start raiding the grocery stores, right? So I'm in the joint. And, at this time, we're in my sister's basement. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to transition to the new house. We thought we weren't going to be able to get in the house because everything was shut down. But, they finessed that for us, you know what I'm saying? And, the buyers, the owner of the house had came in the day before, did their paperwork. We came in the day after. We got the house. We was good, you know what I'm saying? Took a couple pictures for the gram. So then we get in the house. Now I'm in a way bigger house than the old house, you know what I mean? So we like, all right, well, we need to get some, some toiletries and shit like that. But at the time, Costco, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't keep, the toilet paper, Lysol, and all that shit on the shelves. So I'm like, okay. So, we had some, but I'm like, all right, we're only down to like the last like 4 or 5 rows. So, dog, I had to go to Facebook Marketplace to buy some motherfucking toilet paper from some random white dude in goddamn Clinton, Maryland. And what's crazy is, like, if you'd have been sitting in your car watching, you'd have thought that shit was a drug transaction. You know what I'm saying? I pull up on the dude. He pull up in the old bubble Crown Vic. He get out. He got a mullet. You know what I'm saying? He was a cool dude, though. I'm just describing him. You know what I mean? I walk up to him. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you got the shit? So he's like, I got the shit, buddy. So he pull out these 2, look like they were sat on packs of toilet paper, the small joints, like the small joints you get from like 7-Eleven. And we did the transaction. I handed to him. I gave him the money, and I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, it's crazy. This is what we at right now. He's like, yeah, I know, man. He said, good luck to you. And then I shot off. So I brought this shit home to the wife. The wife looking like she don't even want to use it. I'm like, it's in the pack. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's where we was at for the moment because we couldn't find nothing. You know what I'm saying? The only good part at that point was that the gas was low as a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So then, when it come to the food, everything was cleaned out. All the meat and all that shit was gone. So we kind of had some extra money. So, we was weighing Uber Eats and DoorDash and Postmates. We was weighing their asses out. You know what I mean? They was pulling up, twice a day, every other day at some point. Because I'm like, bro, I'm not even really trying to go out this joint and really be out here in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was crazy though. You know what I'm saying? But that's the negative stuff. You know what I mean? People got laid off and all that. Some people lost some people, man. My heart goes out to whoever lost somebody to the virus, man. I actually talked to a buddy of mine yesterday, man. Old military buddy, man, just chopping it up. And he said he lost his pop, man, to the virus. So, man, rest in peace to Pops, man. Sorry to hear that shit, man. So, all right, enough of the negative stuff on the virus, man. Let's talk positive, right? So, the positive stuff, man, for me, you know what I mean? I was on some home improvement shit, bro. You know what I mean? So, come in, we bought the house, you know what I mean? And it was a lot of stuff in here that was dated. So, I'm like, all right. So, that's when I had to holler at my pops, you know what I mean? Dr. YouTube himself. And, just really went around and just started fixing all the shit I can fix, you know what I mean? And fixing all the problems. Just anything that, if I would have had to do that shit while I was still at work, I'd probably still be doing it. So that really worked out for us. But man, just really getting to know the house, man. Getting to know your house, getting to know your family. Like, you really don't know your family until you're trapped in the house with them for like 4 months, man. And that's why they had that shit on the news about all them divorce rates. I was like, yeah, you don't know who the fuck you dealing with, you know what I mean? But it all also opened the door for the little bit of minimal outdoor activities we was able to do for the moment. You know what I mean? For me, it was cycling, so I got back into that. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, well, not luckily, but I had spent a little bit of money on my bicycle, man. But when I had to go to Target or Walmart or something, man, the bicycle section was cleaned out worse than the toilet paper. They couldn't keep them on the shelves, man. So in a way, man, it kind of forced people to have to get off their ass. Go walking, go jogging, go cycling, anything just to get you moving, because it's really not a good look just to be sitting in the house, man, eating bullshit on Facebook all day. You know what I'm saying? Just it's not a good look. So on top of that, man, started grilling. Doing a once a week grill thing, sitting outside, got my brewski rolling, got my cigar. You know what I'm saying? Just really vibing out, man. So I think for me, man, it was just it really gave me that time to just get in my little zone. I use the zone shit a lot, man, because it's very important for us to have our zone, whatever it is. But just sit out there, man. I'm putting a good meal together for my family. You know what I'm saying? Really made me feel like a man. You know what I mean? And got my son out there teaching him. Got my daughter. She just want to be around me. She don't care what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Got her out there. And we put that good meal together. We might have somebody come over. I'm a extrovert. You know what I mean? Well, probably a minimal level extrovert. So usually when I'm grilling, I gotta call somebody. Somebody gotta come over and sit with me. You know what I'm saying? I can only sit outside by myself. I'd be like, hey nigga, what you doing? Hey man, I got that grill rolling, man. Bring some beers through. We good. And we'd come through and we'd just start talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk some shit. We eat bullshit. I mean, I guess you could say I've been having little mini fucking parties of 4 or 5 people probably every week since this whole thing cracked off. So now, in some parts of the country here locally, you know what I'm saying, we move into phase 2. Which means, the gyms and some of the restaurants opening back up, 50% capacity, blah, 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 blah. I mean, as far as I know, where I live, nigga, it been phase 2 since like April. People been outside and people ain't been social distancing. They ain't been wearing no masks, all that other shit. I see more people outside with no masks, but I see more people driving with masks. While you driving. What the fuck you gonna have a mask on while you driving for? What's that gonna do? I tell you what's gonna do for me. It's gonna fog up my damn glasses and I'm gonna be in an accident. But man, people been moving. Like I seen kids at parks and shit. The joint roped off. They ripping the rope off, going on there. I get it. Your child in the house. You know what I mean? They gotta get their time. And I know my daughter. She definitely, man. Like, we gotta put her in camp. You know what I mean? We can't do it. She can't do it, and we can't. She getting on my damn nerves. You know what I mean? But with the phase 2, man. Now they like, all right, man. We might have to start bringing y'all back to work. I'm like, oh Lord. The day we all dreaded, for those who didn't get laid off, having to go back to work. Hey, look, if you one of the people that been going to work the whole time, I salute you, but oh nah, I can't do it. I work in a little office, man, and it's small. I probably sit maybe a foot, maybe a foot and a half from 2 other people. So nah, they gotta dress that up better for me, man, because I ain't trying to get sick again or any of that, man, to bring that shit back home to my house. But, my worry is, man, we moving through these phases too fast. They talking about 14 days. Shit. All it take is one trip to fucking Myrtle Beach, Black Bike Week, or Miami, or whatever, and them numbers right back up. And that's exactly what's happening. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers thinking shit sweet, moving around too quick. You know what I'm saying? Going out the country, all this other shit, and they coming back in all these cases. You know what I'm saying? That we're going to be on lockdown again. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind being home, but not under those conditions. I don't want to be home because it's a second fucking wave, dog. So just be careful what y'all out here doing. You know what I mean? Like, I went to the track. I went to my race weekend 2 weeks ago, and had a good time, man. And I noticed, like, yeah, I mean, we were social distancing to a certain extent, but it was to the point where, in my mind, they was just like, look, we done lost a lot of money, and we got to get this track rolling. So they wasn't, they talking about no spectators and all that shit. The fucking paddocks and all that, and the tower where you can see everybody zipping by was full of people, and they wasn't racing. So I just think it's becoming a money aspect, man. Some of these places and these people home, like, they ain't gonna just be able to keep paying you to work from home. Like, you have to come on up in the building. So I think that it's really gonna turn into a money thing. You know what I mean? Everybody like, oh, a stimulus check, we might get a second check. Hey, I'll take the second check. I took the first one, I'll take the second one. But, like, don't rush this shit, man, because motherfuckers are really dying, and regardless of the fact that as of now, it's just labeled as maybe old people or people with underlying health conditions. That shit can mutate, and it could be all our motherfucking asses. Because if it was an all our ass type of virus, we all be dead by now. You know what I mean? So don't forget that while you out this joint, you know what I'm saying, in the gym and sharing weights, and you at the bar and you toasting up and all this other shit, and you giving niggas daps and all that other shit. I mean, I'm guilty of the handshake too. That's just who I am. But just be mindful of why you doing all that shit just because somebody say it's phase 2. I don't think 14 days is enough, man. That shit need to be 30 or 45. But yeah, we just gotta continue to be careful, man, regardless of what they saying, man. Because phase 3 will be here in no time. And, we're gonna be back moving, like everything is old willy-nilly. But I think we're gonna be wearing masks to the end of the year. We're gonna be wearing masks till they come up with a cure. Well, I will, at least. We ain't got no cure, man. Look, they need to offer some money. If they not already, need to offer more money. We need to get a couple of test subjects. I know a couple of fellas could use a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, stick them up a little bit, see if we can get a cure. We can get back to normal. You know what I mean? Hook that up for me, CDC, so we can get back on the good foot, man. But, besides that, man, just while we home, while we teleworking, or while we laid off, you know what I'm saying? Or while anything outside of the norm, man. Let's just continue to use our time wisely, man. Let's write a book. Let's paint a picture. Let's start a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Well, not saying I wouldn't have started it, but I wouldn't have started it when I started it if it wasn't for this, man. Then, the wife is getting in my ass, and a couple other folks like, bro, you got endless time. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. So, thanks, coronavirus. Sorry, not sorry. Thanks. You know what I mean? Thanks for infecting us up a little bit so, I can get off my ass and speak to the people. You know what I mean? So, until further notice, and even after further notice, man, I'm going to keep talking my shit, man. But as always, I appreciate y'all for listening. And stay tuned for the next one. Captain out. All right, y'all. Episode 3 in the bag. COVID-19, man. Listen, I will gladly sit on this joint and talk to myself, but I would love for y'all to just go ahead and subscribe, dog. Subscribe to me on Anchor. Link in the bio on the Instagram. Follow me, Boogie_TNR_301 and Captains___log. Until next time, y'all. Captain out.